Welcome to the PT Legends podcast, where co-host Dave Bess and myself, Scott Carpenter, share our journey and secrets of success. From our humble beginnings as personal training employees of a big box gym to struggling studio owners that have made every mistake in the book, to where we are now, the owners of a multi-seven-figure business operating multiple personal training studios internationally, and now coach and mentor to fitness professionals in 5 countries and counting. This is our story, and these are our secrets. Subscribe to our podcast, learn, take action, and build your own fitness empire. Welcome. I am Scott.
Big Dave clocking in. I am excited.
Yeah, buddy. We got a good episode for you. We got a really good episode for you. This is the main thing that everyone's asking, how on earth do you charge $111 to $222 a session that's not even one-on-one? How? That I don't even get it. So today we want to talk about how to charge 3 to 10x what you already charge for your same services.
It sounds crazy.
It does.
When you say that out loud.
It does. It does. And before we get into the how, let's talk a little bit about the why it's important to charge what you're worth and your value. And if you don't feel you're worth that much, you need to level up 100%. You need to become somebody different and get really good. So if you don't think you're worth that right now, that's where you got to start. But why is it important to charge high prices? First of all, commodity prices. If you go with commodity prices where everyone's delivering the same group training or the one-on-one training, you don't have a differentiator. If you're going to charge commodity pricing, it's going to ruin your life. It is a grind. The race to the bottom, and that's what happened. You see that with a lot of CrossFit gyms. Mm-hmm. It's just a race to the bottom, and the prices are dirt cheap, and everyone struggles, and a lot of people go out of business. You see that with personal trainers.
You're getting me fired up here because we've been 2012. We were there when we first started with the underground, right? And
yep.
People don't give a crap. If people are investing $99 to $250 to $300 a month for your high-end group, they don't give a crap.
Yeah.
They want to change, but the fact that you're charging them that little money makes them not care.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And why is it important to charge high prices? If people who pay attention, your clients, take a look at the clients that you train right now. Chances are the people who pay the least, complain the most, are the biggest pains in the asses.
Every time.
Always. They're the squeaky wheels. They don't value what they're getting from you. And they're always going to complain if something changes or is taken away or this or that. They don't value. People who pay attention. Your best clients are probably the ones who pay the most. The ones who want to come in and do private training 3, 4, 5 times a week are the ones who pay every month. They don't complain. They value the service. They love it. And they're your best clients. And they're the most willing to make changes outside of the gym, outside of your 4 walls too.
And I would say too, for the clients that are only paying $99 to $129, that doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad person or you forced them in that hole.
Yes.
I just got done having an amazing one-on-one conversation with, I won't say her name, but she contacted us 2 months ago in price. Whoa, Dave, I don't want to hear your spiel. I want to know the price. And I go, number one, it sounds like that's the only thing you value, correct? And I sent her to Orange Theory.
Yeah.
I sent her to, this is a true story. I guarantee you, if we had a $129 program, I'd bring her in, she would have been a pain in my ass. Fact. I actually asked her that today. She's one of my favorite stories. So anyway, I sent her to Orange Theory. She comes back. She's week 6 into our program. So she's been with us for 6 weeks. She paid $3,000 paid in full. It was the pre-frame. It was a conversation that we had where she's like, you know what? I need to value myself. She paid $3,000 up front. Is she a pain in my ass? No, she's one of my favorite people in this world. So don't blame your $129 to $99 clients on themselves. It's the pre-frame. They haven't invested in themselves. They have not invested into becoming the person that they're meant to be.
Absolutely.
So I think that's key. That's key. It doesn't mean Your $99 person will pay $3,000 paid in full. They have the money.
They absolutely will. And it's your responsibility. The bottom line, I mean, one of the first things that we did, even before we learned all this, was when we had the one-on-one and we had the group, I created that semi-private. And then I took off group because most people wanted to do the semi-private and actually get better results, right? Or invest more. And then I'm like, let's just get this group off. And immediately, it solved a lot of problems, right? But it's up to you to charge the prices. That will dictate, if you want to get your clients better results, you need to up your rates, period.
Have to. Not
Period.
need, you have to.
You have to.
Period.
You don't value what you don't really have to invest a whole lot in. You don't take, even if it's a good or a service, like you're going to take care of an $80,000 car you buy. Mm-hmm. The $5,000 beater, meh. You're just not going to, but it goes for anything. Like I use the example of, I know people in NASM that I used to work with when I was a personal trainer at a big box gym. And they really valued and pushed the education. So I got the NASM CPT, but then I got the PES and I got the CS and decent amount of money, right, to do that kind of stuff. And I paid my own money and did that and all that kind of stuff. And then I knew somebody that worked at NASM, and he was able to get me the weight loss certification for free. And I was more interested in that anyways, because that's what's really applicable, right? Something like that, I could learn a lot more. This is way back in the day. And I never took the damn thing. It's like $500-$600, cert. I'm sure, I don't know what it is now, but I never took the thing because I never put my own money into it. I didn't value it. I didn't have to sacrifice anything to get it. And that's exactly what it is for your own clients. If they're paying, first of all, if your prices are $200 or $2,000, they're still going to think you're too expensive. They just are. So you might as well be $2,000. And if your clients don't pay a lot of money, they are not going to value it. They're not going to take it seriously. If I'm paying a couple $100 on something, I'm like, yeah, whatever.
It's got to hurt.
It's got to hurt. It's got to be painful.
This was one of our executive clients. So he spent $6K on a program. We were having a chat in our coaching session the other day. He's like, do you know why I did that? Because I told him, I was like, brother, you're going to see exactly the same results with the accelerator program. Mm-hmm. Your experience is going to be different. He's like, okay. I was like, oh, all right, bring it on Amex. Let's go, rock and roll. Welcome to the team. But he described it, I think, best. He said, Dave, I wanted to bet on myself.
Nice.
Your clients want to bet on themselves. $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $6,000. That's betting on themselves. They're going to put in the actions outside of the gym, at the nutrition, in the meal prep, in the mindset work, in the monk manual. They put the work in. Mm-hmm. You have to do this. If you're listening right now, we're going to teach you how to do it. But you're going to, if you want to have long-term success, to have that freedom to go on a vacation. If you want to make the impact that you want to and make the cash money, you have to do this. The only option.
Yeah, it is. So let's go back. Why is it important to charge higher prices? It's important for your clients. They're just not going to take that seriously. They're not going to pay attention if you're not making it a little bit painful for them. So it's important for them. It's also important for your employees. You know this, guys. When you have a good employee, when you just like, oh, I just wish they could make enough to really make it worthwhile. I really want to keep them. Like, they need and deserve to make a good income. You've got to pay more than the big box ones that just pay the least amount as possible. You need to keep good people, right? So your employees need to make your prices need to be up there so you can pay your employees, and so you can pay to take yourself out of different roles. You can't be cleaning, right? You don't want to be this podcast. We do not have time to edit this and upload it and combine it with the video and create different videos and then quote cards and post all these things across social media. We don't have the time to do that. And if we had to do that, like, we just couldn't grow. And so you need to be able to charge enough money so that you can offload tasks and pay others to do it. And then lastly, why is it important? It's important for you. A lot of trainers can get in gym owners can get in the false belief that they need to be a martyr. Oh, I'm not doing this for the money. I just want to make an impact. Here's the thing. Your impact will be limited if you don't charge enough. So that is a bullshit excuse. I have used that excuse before, for sure. And I'm big on impact and I want to do that, but it's not an excuse for not making a good living for me, or more importantly, for my family. It's not an excuse. Don't be a martyr.
It's uncomfortable asking for $3,000.
It's very uncomfortable asking for $3,000.
It's I don't care who you are. When you first start,
you get that butthole pucker.
That's what I call it. You clench it. You clench it. It's uncomfortable, right? But don't make the excuse of no. I want to do it for less than that because I'm a good person.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Not only are you shooting yourself and your family and your employees in the foot, you're also shooting the clients in the foot. The bottom line is when we started on this new model that just took off like a rocket, it was already high ticket, but then we raised it even more. And guess what?
Closing percentages went up 15%.
And they got better results too.
Fact.
Like it all went up. And I was scared when literally you wanted to take that $2,000, and this is for our 9 weeks, right? You wanted to take off the $2,000 option. And keep in mind, none of this is one-on-one. So we have a $6,000 option and a $3,000 option, and that's it now. And I was a little scared. I'm like, I don't know. But lo and behold, and I was a little bit skeptical of it, a little bit worried, a little bit scared. But at the end of the day, it worked.
People want to bet on themselves.
They do. 100%.
Like my degenerate brother, guy likes gambling. People want to gamble on themselves. They want to become the better person of themselves. They want to become this maximized badass.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it unless they bet on themselves.
And they do know that it's going to take this to do it.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, because what we had a lot of before was the ones who would buy 4-8 sessions and be like, I'll try it, and be like, okay. Yeah. And how many of those actually continued past that? The ones that were like, I'm going to try it. No, they know in order to change and live their best life and become a different person, overcome all their struggles, they know they've got to go all in on it. And this forces them to do it. And so literally all this ended up doing was obviously getting us paid way more. So our employees could make way more. So our families can do so much better. So our clients can see the results that they deserve. That is what happened throughout this whole thing.
Everybody wins. Every single person in this model wins.
Absolutely. So that's why it's important. But how? So that's the fear. It's because I know what it's like, running a personal training studio, and we tend to bend over backwards and we'll drop the price. We'll do this, we'll do that, because we don't want to put up a donut on that consultation. And we really, especially when you really want to work with somebody, oh man, so here's what I'll do for you. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you've got all these one-on-one sessions or even group stuff, and they're at discounted rates and they're at far less than you normally charge. And now you've got all these people and you've got all this work to do, and you're making the lowest margins ever. You're not even really growing. You got to a certain point and you're there and you're just kind of hovering around it, and you're never really able to break that barrier to the next level. And you're never able to get the results that you want for people. A lot of times only 5, maybe 10%, if you're really good, actually transform.
Closer to 5.
For sure. To get the external and the internal thing where they're like, hey, Dave, you changed my life. You gave me a second chance. That's 5%. Now that's 80, 90%. And a big reason that is because of the price. And we are just working really with our dream clients who completely see the value in what we do and are happy to pay that.
Should we dig into the how?
Yeah.
Like everyone's
Yeah.
now.
So
like,
that's
the notebook is out. Like,
Yeah.
all right, boys and girls, like, let's do it.
You're like, I get it. It makes sense. It's good, but how? And I'm scared to death, right? Like, I can't do that. Nobody's going to pay that. Like, we get this all the time with our clients. They'll be in a smaller, in Mississippi, right?
Yep.
Mississippi, not a high income area. And you'll have that doubt, like, yeah, well, great. You must be in a really rich area. Not necessarily. We've got a couple locations in good areas, but we also have other locations that are not so good areas, and we have the same prices.
It doesn't matter who you are. Like, people want to invest in themselves and become that version of them. It's like Dylan, my 17-year-old stud client, 17 years old, works at Old Wally's World, Walmart. Okay.
Yep.
Number one, his dad is just a badass. So the dad comes in the consult with the son. Okay. At this point in time, they're looking at us as personal trainers. I go through the entire consult. I build it up to where our program is going to help Dylan become the man that he's supposed to be. And his dad's like, yes. What's the price point, Dave? $3,000. My favorite part with this is how I know everybody will pay for it. Dylan signed up. Dad didn't pay for it. Did not help $1. That was on Dylan's time. Every single 2 weeks, Dylan brings in his entire Walmart paycheck.
High school student working part-time at Walmart.
It doesn't matter who it is. People, in the world we live in, you can find $3,000. People will find it when their life is on the line.
Yep.
When their happiness is on the line, they will find it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think that brings us to the point. You have to have the belief in that certainty that this works.
Yes. So when we talk about how, that's number one.
That's 90% of it right there.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to believe that you can do it, and you have to be certain of everything that you're saying.
You almost have to recreate your identity. I'm a different man. You're a different man than we were a year ago.
Absolutely. Way more confidence. Way. And we've never lacked for confidence either. But we know we can change somebody's life easily, right? You need to know beyond a shadow of doubt. And you've got to stop using those passive words. Like, well, maybe, and we could probably do this, and more than likely, you could maybe see these changes. You got to cut that shit out. You got to cut that shit out. You got to look and be like, this is going to change your life. You do this, you're a whole different person in 9 weeks. Can you see how if you check these boxes every day and you take these actions, how your life completely turns around in 9 weeks? You see that, right? Like, boom, you got to be certain.
And that brings us to, why do people come and see you? If you're a CrossFit box, if you're Dana's boot camp, if you're Underground Fitness, why do people come and see you? That's a huge question. You have to answer it. Hit the pause button right now and think about it. That is the number one question you must answer before implementing anything that we teach. People do not come to lose weight. Surface level, that's what they're going to say. They don't. Not the client that needs to lose freaking 150 pounds. They don't come to you to lose weight. They don't come to you to change their body composition. They don't come to build deltoids and glutes. Something's missing. That's where you're going to get the belief in the certainty. You answer that question. Someone that comes to see you on the other end, they're unhappy. Something is missing. They feel lost. They feel confused. They're on this journey and they know they're not living life up to their highest potential. That's why they come and see you.
That's it.
Doesn't matter. They're not coming like every once in a blue moon. I'm coming just for the workout. That's not who we want to work with anymore.
No. And be honest, like, we work with a lot of CrossFit gyms, not just personal training studios and other group studios. I always ask them, like, what percentage of your people, the people who fill out the lead forms or give you a phone call or walk in, what percentage of them want to do CrossFit workouts or just want to do a really hard kick-ass workout? Less than 5%. I've never heard anyone say more than 5%. They're not coming to you to work out. They're not doing it. Just very small fraction. They're coming to you because they're unhappy with themselves. Because when they look in the mirror, it's not necessarily what they see, but it's how they feel. That's why they put the lead form in. That's why they called you. So stop talking about how awesome your workouts are and we do this style and that style. Doesn't matter. That's not what they're here for.
From here on out, if you're listening, you're selling a solution.
Absolutely. Don't sell sessions. Sell a solution. Don't sell your style of work. It doesn't matter. Sell the solution to the real reason that they're here. Simple as that.
It sounds crazy, but like, should we go into the details on how to identify that? Like,
yeah, I think so, because it's not easy. Like it took us a lot of work and a lot of practice, and we do a lot of work.
Invest a lot of our dollars into this too,
yeah.
figuring out this. It sounds super simple on paper.
It sounds okay, simple enough, cool, I'll do that. But in order to do that, I mean, we had to do a lot of work and a lot of coaching to get that figured out, for sure.
So it goes back to that hell.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a reason someone comes to see you, and body composition is part of it, but it's a very, very small part of it. There's one big underlining reason. There's that holy crap, I'm going to die. Maybe not die, but you're going to die in some aspect if I don't take action. You uncover that. And it takes some digging for gold. But once you find that golden nugget, flip it upside down. Have them paint the picture of what does life look like when that bottleneck is cleaned up.
Yep.
The heaven. Paint it. We have a very specific technique, but it can't be, how's it going to feel in 6 months when you're on top of the world? How's it going to feel in 6 months when you're the most badass dad and husband in the entire world? And you're ripping your shirt off, running through sprinklers, dominating life, dominating your business. Build up that heaven. Then you offer the solution. This is where you're at. This is where you want to go. Guess what's missing? It's not a couple CrossFit workouts and me giving you the macronutrients. It's you believing the belief system and then building certainty in yourself to become that person every single second of every single day. And that's how we're going to change your life. People will spend money on that.
I'll spend money on that.
Right now, give me your Amex. But seriously, guys, like that's what it is. People are hurting. They want to be in a certain area. And when you pitch it as, hey, sessions aren't going to get you there, but guess what is going to get there? Me is your guide on this journey, teaching you how to believe in yourself. That's what's going to get you there. People will pay money for that.
Absolutely.
And it will change their life too.
We've hired many different coaches it's all about, it really comes down to living your best life. When you can, talk about their hell and really figure out what that is, and then get that vivid vision of that heaven, and really like, what's it going to cost you? Like, if you don't do this? And the only answer is like everything, my life, the quality of my life, right? And you have to do this. So at the end of the day, we're solving the real problem that they're here for. And we're providing a solution that gets them there, and we believe it, and we're 100% certain about it. We don't really give them an option not to do it.
I don't. Oh, if I talk, and that's the beautiful thing, like the gyms that we work with, we like, how many sales masterminds do I host on a weekly basis where I'm like, I'm going to kick your ass if you get a maybe. Yeah. You're put on this earth to change some lives. Are you ready? And then you can see our Zoom calls, which are just awesome. People are just ramped up. We don't accept maybes. If you out there ever become a PT Legend client, guess what? You're not going to accept maybes anymore. You're put on this earth to change lives and make money.
Yeah. Allowing them to say maybe, or I'll think about it. It's a cop-out.
It's a mindset. This is all goes back to that mindset. It's the belief in certainty. Yeah. That sounds really simple. Tony Robbins. Oh, you got to believe in your. No, you have to know without a shadow of a doubt that you could change someone's life.
You have to change who you are. It's good. Like we've talked about this before. Like, you have to get uncomfortable. You're good. If you're not there yet, you've got to learn how to do it. You've got to really learn how to do it so you believe in yourself and you know that you can change their lives. And maybe you got to work on yourself, and then you also have to work on your solution. You got to make sure that you're handling all facets of their life so that they can change. So if you have that, you're good to go.
Did we miss anything? I think that's how you sell I Take a Program right there.
Yeah. I mean, really, like I said, if you charge $300 or $3,000, they're going to think you're too expensive. You've got to go higher ticket, or you will never get out of that rut that you are in. You could have some years where you're doing better, some years where you're doing worse, but you're going to have a ceiling that's pretty low. And the only way to go, because here's the thing, guys, we've been through, you know the pain of social media marketing, right? You know what Facebook ads have done over the past couple of years, how the costs have gone way, way, way up. The quality of your leads are way, way, way down. You know this for a fact. I know this. We stopped doing Facebook ads. They were awful, like awful. It's like ball kick after ball kick. I mean, most just ghost you, right? A portion of them, they're, it was, they said they didn't even put it in, why are you calling me? I don't even know you guys are, right? And then a good other portion thinks it's free. What you're doing in business is for free. And it just doesn't work. And so like, I never wanted to be in a situation where we have one method of acquiring clients, and because we know that could vaporize. And the solution to not having to get 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 leads a month is by charging your value that you need, your employees need, and your clients need. And that way, you don't need that many leads. You don't have a lead problem. You have a price problem. And that is really where most trainers and business owners are.
Yeah, it's even deeper than that. It's a mindset problem.
Yeah. Yes. That's the root of the price problem.
It's a mindset.
Yeah.
It's not about teaching the skills. And this is with every PT Lodge client we work with. It's like, guess what we're going to teach you? Some badass scripts. We teach you how to handle some objections. We're going to give you hook, line, and sinker, the exact system that we use, but it's not about that.
Yeah.
And the second that clicks, and then they build that belief and certainty, it's time after time. We've seen it. I mean, we've worked with gyms for 7 to 14 days, and within what 2 to 3 high ticket programs that a couple of them have sold.
Oh yeah,
within 2 weeks.
Well, shoot, we probably don't want to say their names, but like in at a Kansas City, he did 20 grand in his first 4 weeks of doing this
because he believed in it.
Because he believed in it. It's not rocket science, but it does take work. It does take getting uncomfortable. You have to get to level up. You have to get uncomfortable. And when you first start, you're going to have imposter syndrome set in. Mm-hmm. That is a good thing. If you have imposter syndrome, you know that you're arriving at a new level.
You should. I still have imposter syndrome. You still have it.
It happens.
It pops up every second of every day.
It happens.
It's there. And then what am I going to do? What am I going to do to battle that and kick its tail and say, no, not today, imposter syndrome.
Yeah. And if you don't have that, you're probably not reaching far enough. You're probably selling yourself short.
Is there anything else to add to this beautiful
episode
1?
We could go on for like hours on exactly how it's done. But yeah, this is a great overview. I mean, it's important. We know why it's important. It's important for you, clients, employees, everything. And then how it really boils down to selling a solution, not sessions. And solving the real reason why they're here, getting to their current hell, painting that vivid heaven, and establishing that gap. And what is it costing them if they don't take action? So, and having the belief and the certainty that you can change their life, and they will want to buy a piece of that, and they will do it.
We're going to have a juicy podcast coming up about the objection handling.
Oh yeah.
How it leads to just taking action. And that's something that with the belief and certainty, we teach every single facility, gym owner that we work with that you're not going to do. We talked about it. You're not going to take maybe.
Yeah. That's a hard thing to do. Because here's the thing, if you get a no, that is okay. Mm-hmm. Totally okay. Because some people aren't ready, right? Some people aren't going to buy. That is okay. But don't let them off the hook with a maybe. A maybe is really a no.
It is a no.
But the client's not being honest with themselves about it. And they're not being honest with you about it. So you've got to have enough belief in yourself that like you're not going to accept a maybe. It's going to be a yes or no, not letting you off the hook. And if it's a no, that's okay. That doesn't mean we're not going to work together right now.
God. We celebrate no's.
Yeah.
We have a no academy with PT Legends.
Right.
People come in, they celebrate no's, and it's like, okay, how can we dig a little deeper?
Yep.
I like no's.
No's are great.
if you're listening out there right now, don't accept, even if you're not doing high ticket, don't accept a no. The next consult, when someone says maybe, I have to talk to my significant other, put the line in the sand and make them make a choice. Just that alone, there's your nugget from today.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's your nugget. You'll make more money doing low ticket by not accepting maybes.
Don't accept the maybes. Everything in your gut instinct will be to accept that maybe. And so it's a little tough. And again, but it takes you getting uncomfortable to master that. So we'll leave it right there. That's enough. Take your notes and put it to practice right now in your business with your next consult.
And comment too. If you guys utilize and, bust out some hell and heaven work this week, visit the old podcast reviews and leave us a nice review.
I'd like that too.
I would love that. I can't wait. What I don't know what we're going to talk about the next podcast, but it's going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome. Thanks for listening, guys.
Dave and myself, Scott, would love to thank you for tuning in and listening to the PT Legends podcast. You can get direct access to us by joining our free Facebook group. Go to www.facebook.com/groups/7-figure personal trainer. That's 7-figure personal trainer with the number 7. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you can keep on learning and keep on living. Finally, if you picked up any tips whatsoever in this episode that you found helpful, be sure to leave us a review and tell us what you like best about it. Can't wait to see you on the next episode.